Yes, indeedy. And isn't it a pleasure to be here with you? America's only Irish station, radioirish.com. That's where you'll find us, and you could be in Timbuktu with a laptop in the middle of a desert somewhere, and you'll still find us. Isn't it wonderful technology? As we enjoy a change in weather now and spring upon us. As I woke up this morning and my little head in my daffodils, see the little Irish head there. My little Irish head there, sitting in a pot of daffodils. And I checked in on the tea roses this morning and they're coming along just fine in the window there of the studio here at Radio Irish. And I had a fancy when I woke up this morning for a little farmhouse brown. Yes, indeedy, farmhouse brown quick bread there. We love that in Ireland. And but I thought, gee, you know, let me sweeten it up a bit. So you take the farmhouse brown there. I have the 450 gram pack. The farmhouse brown there is the 450 gram pack, which simply says on the front of the package, add water and mix. But as I said, I felt like something sweet. So let me see what I can do now. I'll add 1 cup of sugar. The actual recipe for farmhouse brown bread requires that you add about 12 fluid ounces of cold water to the package mix itself and whisk and bake. Nothing to it. But I'm adding 1 cup of sugar there to sweeten it up. Wasn't I down at the farmer's market the other day and I got myself some nice spring apples. So I'll peel 4 of them with me little peeler machine there. And what else do we have there sweet in the studio? We went through the cupboards here at the studio with all sorts of bits and bobs in the cupboards. The snack room there. Helga was putting the tea on. I was over rummaging around and what I found was, as I said, the 4 apples. I found a package of raisins. We'll add those kindly, thank you. And we'll be boiling those a little bit, not too much, but I'll show you that in a minute. And we'll have a nice half a cup of fresh walnuts. Yes! So what you want to do is pan up the walnuts there. In other words, put the walnuts in a frying pan and toss them a bit so that the heat brings out the flavour of the walnuts. So you're roasting them. Some roasted walnuts there and 4 apples sliced into bits about the size of a thumb. And, as I said, a cup of raisins there now. And to the apples, I will add the zest of 1 complete orange. Yes. Can't have a breakfast food without orange. Yes. So the zest of 1 full orange there now, going in straight in on top of the apples. I do that just to keep the dishes, the amount of dishes down. Who needs a big wash up afterwards? So the zest is zested straight in on top of the apples. So you have your walnuts and your raisins and your apples zested with 1 entire orange. Now, before I add the raisins to the fruit mix, I'm going to take those raisins and cover them with water. Good, fresh water there. Cover the raisins there and pop them into the microwave for about 2 minutes or so. This keeps the raisins plump in the final cake itself. So the raisins have been plumped up nicely there now, I'd say. Plumped up. And let me see, I need a bit of cinnamon and vanilla. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a little dish and I'm going to mix a bit of butter in with a half a teaspoon of cinnamon and a half a teaspoon of vanilla. And I'm going to mix that up there and I'm going to put that aside for later on. I'll come back to that. Right, so you mix the whole mixture up and you get your 2 tins and you grease them up there with a bit of grease-proof paper. And so the whole mixture into the oven for 45 minutes. You go back to the plants and have a look there now. And the tea roses haven't changed that much in the last 5 minutes. I see Mrs. Brennan got herself a new coat. Honest to goodness. Right, take yourself a little break there now, a drop of tea or something, and come back in 40 to 45 minutes. Out they come, lovely, fresh, farmhouse sweet cakes. And it really is a treat because you get the texture of the farmhouse brown bread, and you have the fruit, the apples, the walnuts, the raisins, the zest of an orange, a little pinch of cinnamon and a hint of vanilla. I like to put them all together with a little bit of butter and microwave that mixture up, and then just simply dress the top. Brush it over the top there, you see? Fantastic. And you have 2 wonderful sweetbread cakes there. It's a halfway between a cake and a bread, and it's delicious because it doesn't make you feel guilty. You're getting lots of roughage there and fruit, and it's very healthy. Instead of whacking into one of these horrible cheap cakes that you find, you can do it yourself at home, very simply. And all you need is your 450 gram package of Farmhouse Brown. And that goes lovely now with a nice orange marmalade and a glass of freshly squeezed orange juice there. Thank you very much. The juice of about 3 nice fresh oranges there in that glass goes down very well with the Radio Irish Farmhouse Brown Sweetbread, we'll call it. And it's lovely now for a bit of breakfast. Farmhouse Brown Sweetbread. I'm telling you, you'll enjoy that now to no end. Especially around this time of the year. Yes, indeedy. Tuck into that now. Nice cup of coffee too goes well with that. Right, you're listening to America's only Irish station, radioirish.com. And it's lovely now for a bit of breakfast. Farmhouse Brown Sweetbread. I'm telling you.
Radio Irish.